Welcome back. First Takedown podcast. I'm Alex alongside a Hunter Gamble here. We are on episode 21. Hunter, stash is looking good. I mean, for anybody's listening to audio, you can't see it, but you might need to go over to YouTube, maybe see a clip on Instagram. The stash is popping right now. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, dude. It's I know it's not November, but just decided to mix it up a little bit. Brought the stash out, and it's wrestling season. I mean, I feel like for any reason you can bring a stash out, but especially for wrestling season. Apologies to the audio listeners. My voice is gets a little dry in the wintertime sometimes. So
yeah, actually, apologies to people that do have to look at this too. If you do,
yeah. Fair enough. Apologies to all viewers. I will say appreciate everybody that does tune in. First video on YouTube, over 500 views. That might not be a lot for some people, but our last episode 20, was over 500 views. So appreciate you guys tuning in, subscribing, and following us on Instagram. It's pretty cool. I know we kind of just started this, and it's not much, but we love talking about wrestling, and we've enjoyed doing it so far, and we want to see what we can do in 2026. I know. You and I have both talked about getting a couple more interviews, doing a couple more shows. I know right now we're doing like one every week. So, we're excited, and we're in the heart of wrestling season. So can't be more excited for that.
It's pretty sweet. I mean, think if we were sitting in a room full of 500 people talking about wrestling, that'd be pretty crazy. But that'd also, awesome. I mean, hopefully it's not our moms that are just hitting refresh over and over for us, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know how the YouTube does like views. I don't know if that's allowed or not. But if it is, and my mom is doing that, props to her. I mean, that's a lot of effort. You know.
Real quick before we get into recapping last week and this week, it just kind of popped in my head now that we're thinking about it. I'm thinking about like facial hair with wrestling. Would that wasn't a thing when it started in college for us, right? Or right after you could have a mustache.
You could have a mustache. When we were, I think as we were leaving college, or I think maybe my senior year in 17, you could
have
facial hair, something like that. Because I remember I used to like clean shave. Like I had to be like, you had to be very clean shaven.
Yeah.
You couldn't even have this. So I would be very clean shaven, and then I think maybe my senior year I wasn't doing it as much. Or maybe just my hair wasn't growing in, and I didn't have a beard yet.
Well, that's just a little bit of insight for people that don't know too much about all like the little rules with wrestling. I feel like there's still a lot of little things, but there used to be, I feel like, so many more where like you got to bring a razor and you're just shaving in the sink real quick if you got to, and then you got to show.
Or your hair being too long. I mean, your hair being too long. Like Brandon Cannon at Ohio State. Yeah. I mean, dude's got a mop on his head. That used to not be allowed.
No.
And then another rule, and I was thinking about this the other day. It's funny how we think rules have just it feels like they've been around for so long.
Yeah.
But the drop down and the side headlock rule, like that feels like it's been a rule for forever now.
Yeah.
When we were in college, when I was a senior, that was not a rule.
Really?
That was only 2017. So I think it got made a rule in 2018 or 2019. So, but it feels like it's been forever for that's been a rule.
I think that is a cool thing. I mean, as far as like the other rules, like by like your like grooming and different things, but like the rules in wrestling, especially that like kind of usually like starts in like the college rule and then like kind of feeds down back in high school and whatever. It is cool to see them sometimes be like, all right, hey, let's give this a try, like the danger rule. Like that was one I remember. Dean Heil. That's one I think of when it hit it because guy would hang on. He was the guy. And you know what? I take that back. It might not be that. I actually could be wrong. I think I am thinking of the danger rule. That's what I'm thinking of, actually. Okay.
The drop down rule maybe was a rule before then. I think I have that wrong. I was thinking of the danger rule. That's exactly what it was. Dean Heil was kind of like the poster child for that. I mean, you'd shoot in, he'd crotch lock, he'd just sit there.
Yeah.
So on his side, on his back, he'd just hang on, and you couldn't finish. Dude won a lot of NCAA titles doing it, so good for him.
Yeah, he did.
But
I mean, the biggest one that we have recently is just the takedown rule. You have 3 points now,
which, dude, they gotta change the reversal thing, man. I think I will go to my grave with that argument that a reversal should be 3 points as well. I mean, just makes no sense. Anyways.
Well, going from rules into this past weekend, just talk about the results a little bit. Obviously, we had the big matchup, Penn State versus Iowa. Kind of went, I mean, a little. We did say, and I'll say, we thought Iowa would maybe do a little bit better than they did at home, and they really didn't show up in the points. And I'll let you speak to it, but I think it was kind of telling for I saw a little bit of Brands' after the match, and he's like, yeah, we're hanging on, like not going to score points, like they're pushing the pace, and it just didn't seem like Iowa wrestling for sure.
No, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, that's exactly what it looked like when you watched the duel. Their guys didn't seem to be wrestling as hard, and you kind of come to think of Iowa style, and we didn't really get a whole lot of that. So, the two matches that we thought that they were going to win, they actually didn't end up winning either one, or at least the two matches that I thought they had that they were favorites in, they didn't end up winning either one of those matches. And I was listening to FRL, and they were talking about, or was it FRL or I think it could have been Bash and Willie, but they were talking about how, after the first 5 matches, although they didn't go their way, like Iowa was in a lot of those matches. Like maybe not the Dean Peterson match as much. Like Luke kind of controlled that match, but Drake was coming after Marcus at the end. They won the 141 match. Ryder Block was in the match with Shane Van Ness. I was kind of hoping that he would catch him, because I said there was a universe in which he wins, and I would have felt really cool saying that.
Yeah, we would have posted that one
true.
For sure.
Absolutely, we would have posted that one. And then Jordan Williams, he kind of hung in the match with PJ a bit. So I think after 5, you're kind of like, all right, we're wrestling pretty well. And then the back half of the lineup just didn't look great. And especially when the two guys you kind of are favored to win, Ferrari and Keeter, go out and kind of lay eggs. I would say they lay eggs. I mean, not ever, never was Ferrari really close to scoring, and never really was Keeter that close to scoring either on Mirasola. So, yeah, not a great showing. Obviously, it's Penn State. It's the best team in the country. We're going to get a whole lot more from Iowa tomorrow night, right? When they wrestle Nebraska. We're going to figure out a lot about that team. Are they going to be able to rebound and go on the road and take out Nebraska, who they have consistently beat every year for the last few years? But this is a good Nebraska team, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, to your point, I think the one other thing that I remember Brand saying was like, they were staying in matches, but not being offensive till those last 30 seconds. And he can't wait for those. So,
that's only going to work so many times. And when you do that at the national tournament, you get stung every now and again. And I think that's really the main thing is it's hard to put 4 or 5 matches like that at the national tournament.
Trying to catch up.
Iowa's had this streak for however many finalists for however many years. That's in jeopardy. I mean, it has been in jeopardy for, basically after Spencer Lee graduated. But you kind of keep it going with guys like Drake and Caliendo, but they haven't had that guy that's like, all right, we know we got a surefire finalist every single year.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it doesn't seem like Drake's going to be a finalist this year. If Ferrari keeps wrestling like that, you can basically flip a coin from basically the quarters on with him. And then Caliendo, you know, he didn't seem like he got closer to Messenbrink, and he's also got a loss to D. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of buzz right now in Iowa City about the program. You know, they lost to Iowa State. They lost bad to Penn State. They lost really bad at the national duels to Ohio State. So
yeah,
it's this weekend. It means a lot. Don't get it. You know, don't just because it's a middle of the season duel. This means a lot, and then they're gonna have to go wrestle Oklahoma State.
Yep.
So
yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, do they take the approach? I mean, we've still got a whole bunch of time left in the season, but is the rest of the season is it going to determine enough that there has to be some sort of change that needs to go on? And I don't know if that's with coaching or whatever that may be, but we'll kind of see. This is going to be big telling, and the last thing I was going to hit on too is that we almost got that line. I think Keeter's the one. Because he lost that one, that's where they didn't cover there, but it's okay.
Yeah, and it switched late on Friday. It switched, and the line went to 24.5. And I tried to then go get. I actually didn't bet. I didn't bet Iowa. I tried to go when it went down to 24.5. I then tried to go get Penn State. I actually didn't get that. I didn't get that one either. But I felt at 24.5, I felt better about it just because the amount of bonus that Penn State's going to get. Not to sit here and be this guy that's like, oh yeah, play both sides of it. But I think you got to pay attention to the number, and they didn't end up getting it. But I think you got to feel like after Nasir Bailey wins, you're like, oh yeah, they're fine, okay. They're fine. And then they lost every match from then on out. Yeah. So that was a tough one, but.
Well, you did say, hey, let's wait and see lineups. And obviously, they put Gabe Arnold in, which you kept it close, but it kind of seemed a little bit wrestling just to kind of not get scored on a lot. But going in this week, we've got another weekend.
You're going to pass over the winners? I mean,
okay, you're right.
What are we doing? What are we doing here? We want viewers. We want more viewers, and you're just going to bring up the losses.
You're right. I'm sorry. That's you always remember your losses. You don't remember the wins as much.
That's fair. I mean, there was only one duel last week that I said this is the duel I would bet.
Yeah.
And that was Missouri over Arizona State -2.5. They won by 5.
That was sweet.
What are we doing? We're talking about the losses.
That was the lock. That was the lock we had. It came down to the last one. You're just. It was Larkin, right? You're like, hopefully he doesn't lock up a cradle and get a pin.
I hope he doesn't pin T. Travis, and he didn't. But yeah, I mean, that win was the Aiden Sinclair and the Cam Steed pins, man. That was huge.
After that, you're like, all right, we're good. We're good.
After that, you felt really good. And then after Pearson Manville came out and steamrolled Zeke Seltzer, I was like, oh crap. Oh boy. We might be in trouble. But yeah, got the win on that one, and then ended up splitting the other two that we talked about. West Point covered over Cornell, and then what was the one that I said? Michigan lost by the hook. They lost by half. They lost by half a point. They didn't. They won by 9 points. It was 9.5. Yeah. So living on the edge.
Hey, you live and you learn. But like you said, you gotta wait. Pay attention to the lines. Pay attention to the lineups. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Even like this weekend, we don't know what's gonna happen. We know there's gonna be a lot of these Friday matchups, but don't know in the East Coast. A lot over here is gonna be big snowstorms coming in. So a lot of people are already probably gonna be not wrestling on Sunday and rescheduling those. So we're gonna go into highlight a few matchups that are happening on Friday, and kind of go through those do some key matchups, and then the lines for those as well. Sound good?
Which
one you want to start with? You want to go?
Well, I mean, we got to start. We got to start Iowa, Nebraska, right?
I think so.
I mean, we got to start there. I mean, just in case we run out of steam, I feel like we got to.
At the big.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I would say that. So Nebraska is a 4.5-point favorite at home. They're probably going to sell out the crowd. And Angelo Ferrari was not listed in the probables for Iowa. So, I feel like the trend is, it's kind of like screaming Nebraska's going to win the duel. I don't know if they cover 4.5, but like it's kind of screaming Nebraska wins the duel. Maybe I think everybody's thinking the path is they get 6 matches. But we'll kind of run it down. I mean, I think, everybody kind of projects Dean to win at 25. Everybody kind of projects Ayala to win at 33, but I mean, he hasn't looked his best, and Van Die's looked pretty good this year, so that could go either way. I would say if Brock Hardy's wrestling, which I think he is, he's a big favorite over Nasir Bailey. And then I would say another toss-up from, maybe 33, a similar but opposite direction is Chance Lamer and Ryder Block. I don't think Lamer has really looked his best this year.
That's a big swing match for sure.
It's a huge swing match, man. And then, I would say most people would like this. To me, 157 is similar to 133. I think most people would say Antrell Taylor's the pick. Like, easy, he's the pick. But, there's a world in which Jordan Williams wins that match, Antrell's not, bulletproof type of NCAA champion. He's
I don't know. You see, last week, we just got to talk about it. Was down, out. What was there, 4 seconds left? 5 seconds left?
Man,
and was able. He was down,
it.
about to get upset. Minnesota. Lillard, is that his name? Or
Charlie Millard.
Millard. About to get upset. Then kind of gets a little scramble on his knees, almost just over under, goes through and then gets a pin.
That was nice.
7 minutes left.
That was crazy, man.
Crazy.
He pulled it out of nowhere.
Clutch for sure.
Yeah, and he's looked good as of recent. He didn't look great at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Pulls out that win against Millard, beat Landon Robidoux. So, he's looked very good. And then, you kind of project Caliendo to beat Araju. And then they have PK going. This is another toss-up. I mean, PK Minto is another, anything could happen there. We haven't seen those guys wrestle. So, another toss-up. And then if Ferrari doesn't go, okay, well, we've seen Gabe Arnold and Silas Allred wrestle already twice last year, and they split.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know, man. There's so many toss-ups in this duel, which I think makes it a fun duel. It makes it a hard duel to bet on, in my opinion. I think it makes it a tough duel to bet on. I think Nebraska maybe has a few more surefire wins in their pocket. I feel like Camden McDaniel is going to smoke whoever Iowa puts out there. I feel like AJ Ferrari's going to win. I feel like Brock Hardy's going to win pretty handily. So I don't know. I feel like they have a few more, and maybe they don't. Because Iowa has Caliendo and Dean, but, I just don't feel like I feel like I would just go in the direction of the team that has a few more surefire wins and hope that the crowd gets in it and hope that the toss-ups go your way. So, if I had to do it, I'd probably take Nebraska, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like you said, McDaniel, that's one that probably need some bonus points too if you want to try to cover that 4.5.
Yeah, unless they win 6 matches.
Yeah.
I think if you win 6, as long as you don't give up bonus, then you cover,
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't really see them. I don't really see a whole lot of spots where even if they lose, they give up bonus. Maybe at 25 with Dean. I don't know if Caliendo really runs the score up on Araju though. That guy's tough. Like he could stay in that match actually.
Yeah, and that's actually.
But it's gonna be an awesome. It's gonna be an awesome duel, man.
Yeah, and that's actually the later one on Friday. That's the second.
That's the late one, right?
Yeah,
no, there's 3 of them, right? There's a 5 o'clock, a 7 o'clock, and a 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's 3 of them.
Yeah, okay, because Purdue, Michigan State, is that the one starting at 4?
Oh, is that before? Okay.
Or 5? I mean 5 your time. 4 my time.
You could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be right. I was thinking of something else, but yeah, I think it's Purdue, Michigan State, or something like that on Big Ten Network, and then they get into those 2 big ones with Nebraska and Iowa, and then we get into
the one.
We get into Minnesota, Ohio State.
Yeah, let's get into that one. I mean, another exciting one, but I know we talked about it real quick that just not great matchups for Minnesota. Just kind of
no, and I mean the lines. I mean, DraftKings feels the same way as you. They've got this at 23.5, and it's actually the juice is way in favor of Ohio State. So I don't know. I kind of like going the other way, just to take the. If I was gonna do it, I don't know that I think they kind of have the line right. But if I was gonna bet it, I'd probably go Minnesota just because I'm like, okay, well. It's at home, and you're kind of telling me with that line that they just need to win 2 matches. Now, I know that's an uphill battle because they're probably only favored in, what, one match?
Yeah.
But, like, I could see Sparks pulling one out. Like, Hopkey's been right there. I could see him wrestling really hard. I don't see Millard beating Brandon Cannon, but, like, Drew Roberts wrestling Ethan Styles, like, could that be possible? Vance Vombauer probably not beating Jesse Mendez. Chris Cannon not beating Ben DeVino. Maybe Jory Volt could win. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like the price you have to pay to take Ohio State there. Like it's a lot of juice you have to lay. It's like minus 145 to get, and then you still got to go out there and beat a team at home that's really good and cover 23.5. It just feels like a lot.
Yeah, and I feel like, Buzakis could have a close one, or he's going to throw up and get a pin, and there we go.
No doubt. And that's a fun match. I mean, we can talk about the actual matchups a little bit more, but that's a true test for Buzakis and where his weight's at. Like how does he handle that 2-hour weigh-in? Obviously, we've seen Mendez and Vombauer a bunch of times. Can Millard close the gap on Brandon Cannon a little bit? We saw these teams wrestle. Did we not see them wrestle at National Duels? Let's just take a quick peek at that.
You got to think McNally's going to come back and win it, but last time they wrestled in November, it went into overtime, and McNally pulled it out and got that one on Fishback. But
and Fishback's looked awesome, man. I mean, he really has. But if you're Minnesota, if you want to have any chance of winning this dual meet, you gotta find a couple wins, and you gotta be counting on Max McAnally. Yeah. Who won? Sparks won and McAnally won. It was 29-6. Buzakis won in sudden victory. Davino, Tech Fall, Mendez, Major, Styles over Jagger Aish 15-9. Cannon over Millard, Sparks over Gallagher, Hartshla over Riddle by tech fall. So, and then Shoemate over Nelson 3-2, and Feldman over Hopkey 4-2. Yeah, I mean this one's kind of up for grabs, man. I mean, I think like Patty and Sparks is a complete toss up. That was sudden victory. I mean, if Ohio State goes in there and wins 9 matches, I'll be very impressed. I mean, they very well could do it. Hell, yeah. Technically they could win 10.
Yeah, they could. I mean, as far as the duel goes, it definitely feels like a super favor of Ohio State. I don't know if I can see a world where Minnesota could come out and win the actual duel. But for DraftKings purposes, I mean, I don't know. Can they do enough to cover that too? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, 23.5's a lot on the road at Minnesota. You know, the last meeting they won 8 matches. Minnesota won 2 matches, and it was on neutral playing field. So I think that there's a case to be made for taking that price of plus 114, which is, you know, good juice on Minnesota.
Good juice. Gamble's
love
good
the juice. Love the juice.
That's good. Well, another, like you said, some good matchups. That's gonna be that second one on Friday. Some good rematches that were in sudden victory. I think there was like 3 of them last time they wrestled in November. Going to be wrestling again. Anything else to highlight before we go to the next? I think that's it.
No, I mean the next match is it's going to be kind of similar to that duel, but there's some pretty cool matchups in there.
Yeah. Next one, what are you thinking? Okie State,
Okie
Missouri?
State and Mizzou.
Yep. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I mean, similar, right? I feel like you feel pretty good about the Oklahoma State guys up and down the lineup. You know, Spratley over Mauger, Jax Forrest over Gage Walker. You feel pretty good about that. If Jax goes, you know, I think they could put out someone else. They could put out Ronnie, but they could also put out Jax. I don't know. We'll see. Vega against Seltzer, you feel good about. You know, Swiderski, Edmond, probably a little more toss-up, but just with how those guys have looked. But I think Edmond just took a loss this weekend to somebody. I can't remember who they wrestled on Sunday.
I can't either. I'll look. But it's at Missouri, so that I don't wonder if that goes into like just the factor if they're gonna wrestle for us or not.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. You know, I mean, obviously part of it is who they traveling with, you know? I mean, if they don't take another 33-pounder, then he's probably going, you know? I don't know what their plan is. I don't know if they're just going to wrestle him 5 dates and then make a decision, or if they're going to go, hey, we're going to be very strategic about what 5 dates and skip you on some. I think they're going to roll him out there, but
Edmond got beat by David Evans of Utah Valley.
Okay, I mean, David Evans is tough. Yeah, he's tough. So I won't. That's not bad. I was thinking it was somebody else. Robidoux versus Teague Travis. Now, Teague Travis just transferred to Mizzou. He was at Oklahoma State, so that's kind of an interesting matchup with those two guys that probably have a little bit of familiarity with each other. With Travis just coming over to Missouri, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
D. Lockett over probably James Conway, and then you get into some interesting matchups. The next two, Facundo versus Steed, and then Zach Ryder versus Aiden Sinclair. Those will be fun.
Yeah, some of the top guys for 74. I mean, especially like the 74 guys, get Facundo and Steed. That those are like right on the podium or like around the edge of the podium. This is going to be an important match that they're both Big 12, so it could be potentially like some rematches we see in the in that once it comes to that conference tournament time too.
Yeah, and I mean Alex Facundo beat. I mean, if we just want to talk about, you know, similar opponents, he beat Carter Schubert in the Oklahoma duel looked really good in that match. And then Cam Steed, he lost to Schubert earlier in the season. And then they both lost to Patrick Kennedy earlier in the season. So, you don't have to take anything from it. I just think those guys are probably pretty close. Maybe Facundo's turning the corner a little bit, but maybe Steed's healthy. So that's probably the biggest featured matchup of the night. And then you get into Aiden Sinclair, who's looked awesome, and Zach Ryder, a guy who's kind of turned it around recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting for that one. I mean, because this is the first time we'll see, I feel like Zach Ryder wrestle somebody really good in a little bit. And so, being I guess, Aiden Sinclair number one now? Technically, since or is Rocco's number one?
I think Rocco's number one because Angelo beat Sinclair, I think Rocco's probably number one.
But kind of going to be interesting how Zach Ryder wrestles. I think a lot of you can kind of see sometimes the effort that he puts in and kind of doesn't. Like you can tell like in his matches a little bit. So. I want to see. We'll see which Zach Ryder will get. I think sometimes he might rise to that level of a challenge with Sinclair. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I do think Sinclair's going to win, but hopefully it'll be a close one.
Yeah, and then we'll round it out with Cody Merrill against Evan Bates, which is a top 20 matchup. Those guys are both tough. I think Merrill has been kind of just getting it done. No reason to think he doesn't. And then Doucette against Stoner, which you definitely lean Doucette there. So you probably only really feel good about like saying, all right, where is Missouri's win? Like they're like for surefire win, and I think that's Aiden. But then you kind of look at the other matchups and you go, okay, they could probably win at 49 and 74 and maybe 97. Those are probably the next ones you feel decent about. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man, 20 and a half. It's a lot of points, at Mizzou. It's like I should be using the same logic that I used in the Ohio State match and picking Missouri. But part of me just loves riding the Cowboys. Love riding the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's something different with this one. You're like, yeah, I don't know. They're gonna get it done, but that's probably a little bit of favoritism.
I think it's Oklahoma State 20 and a half. I think that's the play. I feel like they just have too much firepower for that Missouri team. So I'm gonna go Oklahoma State 20 and a half is gonna be the play for me.
All right, there you go. That's good. So you got those three, at least what you're feeling out. Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio State, and Missouri, Oklahoma State. But one more that you like to hit on, right? And we don't have to go into all matches, but one that you think you want to kind of put out there as a line, the gamble line.
This is the gamble line here. This is what we're doing for the week here. The play is Virginia Tech minus 9.5 against Stanford. Feel pretty good about it. Now, gotta be counting on all the starters going. I think Aaron Seidel is gonna wrestle. I'm pretty sure Aaron Seidel is gonna wrestle, and if that's the case, I think that you're getting a line that is not including that necessarily. And I feel pretty good that I'm not saying he's going to definitely beat Tyler. Tyler Knox is awesome.
Yeah.
But I think he's got a better shot of beating Tyler Knox than Dylan Campbell does, and he's looked awesome. He's got like 11 wins, and all of them are pins and techs. It's kind of insane. He's looked awesome. So I think Aaron Seidel is going to wrestle. Nico Provost looked pretty good, but, Eddie Ventresca is just kind of a tough dude to crack, man. Feel good about him. Crook is going to be in a tough match. There's going to be tough matches up and down that lineup, but I just feel like the edge is with Virginia Tech, and I don't think that 9.5 at home is that much to cover especially with how they've looked recently. They just look awesome. They look like a complete team right now. Sonny Sasso's coming along. If they could get those two transfers, Jaden Bullock and Sergio DeSante, to wrestle kind of where they were last year, which is kind of like that mid-teen ranking, 15, something like that. If they can get those guys wrestling and beating guys in that area, I think that this team looks pretty good at the national tournament.
Yeah, that's good. And if they can kind of put all the pieces together, and then we know what's coming with that team, just some superstars. So,
yeah, man, it's almost like, obviously you have the buzz with Oklahoma State. There's all the buzz, there's the hype, and we love them. And we're you guys know this. We love Oklahoma State. All right, we love them. But I would be lying if I told you that I just deep down, I'm so pumped to see what this summer Virginia Tech does, and then leading into next year, what that team can do with their lineup, with getting guys eligibility. Like apparently Ventresca has another year of eligibility. They almost got. It seems like they almost got Anthony Knox to come there, which they didn't. That would have steamrolled it even more.
Yeah.
Just the excitement around the program right now seems to be an all-time high. And then if they can go get some more guys, young guys or transfers, and just kind of fill out the lineup's going to look pretty sick. I mean, it seems like they've got their 97, their heavyweight figured out. And then, they're going to definitely have from 25 to 57. They got it.
Might need to get a little Virginia Tech hat or shirt by this time next year. And
I need to text my buddy Caleb Henson and see if I can get some gear. I need to get some gear. Maybe we'll get him on. Yeah, we'll get him on the show. Well, I'll try to get Caleb on the show. That'll be my next project. Try to get Caleb.
Hey, we got 500 views on this video. Check this out.
Yeah, dude, we'll get you a whole 500 views. Meanwhile, Caleb would get us a lot more views than we would get him. He'd be doing us a favor.
No. So. It's for you. It's for you,
man. It's exposure.
Yeah. Well,
it would be good to check in with Caleb. I mean, we don't really know where he's at right now. Like, what's he? I mean, obviously we know he's training, but like he's in that red shirt mode, and I'm sure he's doing some freestyle stuff. But I just feel like he needs a check in. We'll be the guys to check. We'll check him in.
And to want to hear his excitement, boots on the ground, his excitement for the team that he's helped kind of, not only him, but has helped like revive him a little bit, like in the past few years, and just have they're in the right direction.
Seriously though, he's got to be sitting down looking at this 149 weight class and just licking his chops this year. I mean, this 149 weight class is the worst weight class in the country. It's awful. It's the worst.
Over 97, you think?
Yeah, because 97 has Josh Barr.
Yeah, you're right.
And Rocky Elam. Dude, Josh Barr made a trials finals. He was in the World Trials finals this past year. What's the best thing a guy at 149? One guy. Give me one guy at 149 this year and tell me what his best attribute or his best accomplishment is.
Shane Van Ness got third twice.
Yeah. Pretty good.
That's all I got, I think.
25 junior world teamers, 33 multiple world teamers, 41. Yeah. It has Jesse Mendez. Enough said. 57 is insane. Right. 65 Messenbrink. 74 Levi. You don't have a guy that sticks out that you're like, wow, he's like this savage. And I think
nope. Nobody's unbeatable. You got Jackson Joy as a freshman, up there.
I mean, he's tough, but he's tough. Yeah. He got majored by Bo Bassett this year. I watched it. I saw it happen. And now Bo Bassett's really good, but he's in high school.
Yeah.
He's wrestling in a duel tonight against Wyoming Seminary, and he beat the number 2 guy in the country in nationals. In the country. He beat the number 2 guy in the country. Majored him 8-0.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Crazy. Well, so maybe we'll look into that. Say what's up to Caleb. Get his view.
Yeah, I'll text him. Maybe not right now, but I will. I promise.
Well, and I know we went over it, but that's the gamble line for this week, right? Virginia Tech minus 9.5. Cash it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go get it.
Well, some good wrestling this weekend coming up. A lot of matches.
Yeah, man.
I think there's like 11 duels on
And
at least on DraftKings.
We're less than 2 months out from NCAA's.
Yeah.
Less than 2 months. Insane.
Oscar noms just came out. It's usually around the same time as Big Tens.
We can talk about some Oscar nominations.
We won't talk about them, but
we won't bore the wrestling fans with Oscar nominations, but
yeah,
if we needed to.
But this is
Alex.
Also,
Alex was a little upset before the show. He's, there's a few snubs that he was upset with. So I'll just let you guys.
Avatar.
Few
snubs.
snubs.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wicked. You were upset about
Wicked
Ariana Grande?
No. Well, hey, we're in the thick of it. Some good stuff. You guys got the line for this week. Some really good Big Ten matchups. Some other ones to watch out for. And it's wrestling season, baby. It's good.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Hunter, you got anything else?
That's it, brother. Let's watch some duels on Friday and Sunday. Hopefully Sunday, and then we'll be back. We'll be back with a few more episodes before conference season gets over with. We only have a few more weeks in conference duels, so
crazy. All right, well, we appreciate you guys listening, following along on Spotify and YouTube and Instagram. So appreciate the love, and let's keep it going. All right.
Go Pokes.
Peace. Go Pokes. Bye.